Welcome everybody, Level M Diecast. Glad you could join us today. We got some Hot Wheels action today. These are the newest 2-packs, the Target exclusive 2-packs here in the US. Elsewhere in the world, you can get them from other stores. But in the US, we are stuck at Target as a Target exclusive. They are Car Culture 2-packs. There is a set of 3 here, first for 2023. First one we're going to take a look at. This is the Snake and Mongoose set. This is actually a very, very nice set. Which is a nice pairing. However, we bring in a little bit of assistance here. These 2 liveries here are going to be reissues of the Team Transports that were previously released. So we do have those guys here for some comparo purposes. We'll see if there's anything difference between the 2. I don't think there will be. So let's go ahead and crack this one open. Get the cardboard out of here. Go ahead and set our CUDA over here, and we'll set our Duster over here. So we're just going to go ahead and bring up our CUDA. Of course, it is Snake and Mongoose set. This is Don Prudhomme. This is Snake, which looks pretty good. It is the drag casting, which does open up. There is the deets in the front. Looks very, very good. Of course, it's very high quality prints. Look very, very good. Full deets on the back, got your laundry out the back as well. Wheelie bars and all that good stuff. So that one looks pretty good. Does have Goodyear on the racing slicks in the back. Blue stripe down the middle. Of course, it is the drag one, so it does pop open. There's a stand in there to hold it up. There is a chrome insert in the middle of there, but the base is metal. But the middle of there, where the top of the engine is plastic. That is chrome, but that looks pretty good. So that looks pretty good on those deets. So this is the original one here. You see this one is dated L36. You can see that right there on the edge. So this one is the same model, same casting and all that stuff like that. So there are the 2. So the, put the original on the left. So there's no difference between the 2 as far as the tampos are concerned. However, what I will tell you is that the color difference, let's go ahead and get these closed down. So the original is on the bottom. So the original on the bottom is much, much darker yellow, but they do have the same wheels. They do have the same print. You'll see that the Goodyear is a little bit smaller print on the new one, which is on the top. But the deets and stuff like that on the side, they're all the same details. Just much better print on the original versus the new one. This one on the top, it just doesn't have as good as prints as the original, which just doesn't look as good. Flip around to the other side is the same deets again, same story. Again, the original one here on the bottom is much, much better than this new one. Leaps and bounds. Pretty good contrast on the yellows there on the top. See the difference between the 2, difference between the blue print. So again, the original one on the bottom, which is now on the left. And then, of course, the tail lights are much darker on the original. You also see that the reverse lights are yellow on the original, and the reverse lights on the new one are white. So that is a change there. Other than that, they are the same. But it's just different enough. I think it's a good aspect. It's not the greatest, but at least it's something different. Move on to our Duster. I particularly like the Duster better than the CUDA. Just a little impartial. When I was growing up, I had my friend's older brother had a Dart. Had a 318 in it, which was pretty cool. This one looks pretty good. Does have your Mongoose on the front. Tom McEwen. This one looks pretty good. I do like the red color, which is pretty nice. The laundry out the back again. Again, just like the other one, it is a drag car, so they do open up. You do have to stretch it a little bit the first time you open it up. But then it does have a stand in there, although if you take the stand down, it's going to stand up just perfectly fine just because it's new parts. This is the original one here. This one is dated L27. L29, sorry about that. So the original one is on the bottom. The new one is on the top. Looking at the deets between the 2, these ones are extremely close. Again, the print on the Goodyear slicks on the back is going to be different. A little bit bigger on the original one, which is on the bottom. A little bit smaller print on the top, which is the new one. And then just quality of prints. I think the colors look deeper and better on the original on the bottom than the ones on the top. It just doesn't look as good. Flip it around to the other side. Same details between the two. It's still a good one, but, the details are just not as great. We'll take a look at the back, see if there's any detail differences on this one. There are no differences between the prints on the back. Just a little bit better print for the red in the original on the left and the right. And then your blue stripe and your comparo of the reds. They are pretty close. The blues are definitely a different hue. The new one is definitely a lighter blue than the original. But other than that, it's much, much closer than the other one was. So we'll just throw that guy there. All right, next we're going to take a look at, this is the Ford GT Race. The GT3 class car looks pretty good. This one is also going to have some help from Team Transport. We have seen that particular Castrol deco before in number 67, so we'll compare those two. The one on the left is a brand spanking new deco, so no new releases on that one. So we'll get our Ford GTs out of here. We'll just go ahead and jump right into the brand new deco. This is a brand spanking new deco for the Ford GT. Number 69, it is in a kind of a Gulf color blue, which looks pretty good. The details look pretty good. Fully details up on the top. Print-wise, I like how it says GT above the number 69. Looks good. Ford across the windshield banner. Says Ford Performance on the top. And then, of course, you have powered by EcoBoost on the wing. So a lot of good details with this one. Taillight prints done up too. Looks pretty good. This does have some proper flying buttresses. You can see through there, which looks pretty good. Of course, metal base and everything like that. This one looks fantastic. Looks like there might be a little chip on this one. It is what it is. Sucks, but that is what it is. GT wheels, so they look pretty good in black. Bigger in the back, smaller in the front. Nice big diffuser as well. So that one's actually pretty good. I actually kind of like that one. Now, this is the new version. So we are going to have the original on the bottom. And the first thing you're going to see is the Castrol on the door is significantly different. On the original, it just said Castrol. On the new one, it actually has Castrol's logo in its entirety, which looks pretty good. Of course, quality of prints look a little bit better on the original on the bottom, especially with the, just crispness of the colors. The one thing that does look better on the new one is that print on the bottom of the door that goes against that side skirt there. Definitely looks better on the new one than the old one, but other than that, not all that great. Original one is on the left, new one is on the right. There is the prints from the top. Those deets look pretty good. They are pretty close. The reds are significantly different. You can tell the reds are significantly different between the two. The original one had a much, much darker, much better looking red than the new one, but they both say Ford Performance across the hood. And then flipping them around to the back deets. The left one, the original, does have the same prints. Just a little bit better red than the new one on the right. The other thing I wanted to point out too is the new one on the right has black painted A-pillars. You can see that right there. And the original one just had white pillars. So just enough difference to make it a good one. Not sure if everybody will agree with that, but I particularly think that is a pretty good mix. Now, one thing that Hot Wheels did do, which is the first time for the 2-packs, is gave us a 2-pack that is 100% new. These are not re-releases. These are two brand new decos for these two models. These are both McLarens. You do have your McLaren Senna on the left, and then you do have your McLaren 720S on the right. Of course, the 720S is also in Speed Machines for 2023, which will be showing up pretty much right now at stores and hobby dealers. So we'll pull our two McLarens out. Don't have to worry about doing any comparo shots on these ones because they are brand spanking new decos. Very, very nice metallic, kind of a graphite black on this McLaren. Looks fantastic. There is print on the top of the window. The whole canopy piece is a plastic window on this particular casting. So they do have black print in there. Looks pretty good. You can see it's that nice, crisp inkjet style printing. Looks very, very good. orange striping along the top. Then some prints on the side. I think it looks particularly well with the 5 spokes. Very, very nice detail with the 5 spokes. A little bit of orange print in there as well. There is print on the headlights. So the headlights are done up, but they are just very, very dark. It looks fantastic, though. This thing does just scream all the glare off of it, though. So it does not absorb any of it. Take a look at the rear end. It does say McLaren. Let's get that to focus a little bit better. There we go, sort of. It does say McLaren, and then of course it does have your Senna on the right hand side there. Very, very tiny, but looks pretty good. Not too bad a Dietz. And of course, metal base. We have seen this particular casting in premium before, so that's nothing new. Same with this one. This one has also been in premium too, so nothing new. This one also does have a full glass top for the casting, but this one doesn't have any print on it. There you see there's no print on the top. It does have a little bit of print for some vents in the hood up here. The front details look okay. This casting is okay. It's not the greatest casting, but it's okay. Gray, what is it, 10 or 12 spokes. Looks pretty good. A little bit of marker light on the side. I do like that detail. And of course, full rear Dietz. The taillights are ridiculously thin little strips in there. So you don't see a whole lot of detail in there, but that still looks pretty good. And then, of course, a flat black painted base, just like the other one. So those are pretty good. So pretty happy to finally get a 2-pack that is 100% new, 100% brand new, which is pretty nice because that one is completely just reissue. Very small differences between the two. This one is actually a pretty nice change up. So there you go. That is 2-packs Car Culture 2023. First mix of the year. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about those. That's a great duo. It's just unfortunate they're re-releases. But it's a great duo. It's such a no-brainer. It looks fantastic. So we're going to roll out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Love and take care.